Last time, in part 1 of our New Zealand destination, we took a step back in time with our destination, Chatham Island. By the time we reached the airport on the other side on Chatham Island, we were absolutely fizzing and couldn't wait to get amongst the wildlife and discover the seafood. We soon discovered the amazing history and scenery this place had to offer. After fishing within the Bay of Port Hutt on the first day, it was clear how the isolation Chatham Island enjoyed and good management of the coastal environment has kept fish and shellfish stocks in great condition. We were blown away on our first time out, and the amount of blue cod that we caught just drifting across the bay was in the hundreds. Day 3, our hopes were high for catching hapooka, and it was time to mothership it out to the middle of Petrie Bay, where we were met by the local albatross population. The others fishing from the boat were doing well, with Wayne first pulling up a shark, then a hapooka, and so the adventure continues.
That's a neat sized blue cod, and he just gulped down that bait. Look at that. Wicked. We'll let him go though.
With the boat moving back up to have another drift over the reef, I soon chased after it. There's always a great white in the back of your mind when you're out in such an open space. You can feel vulnerable and at risk, but when you're by the boat, at least there's a chance you could get back. Besides, you're more likely to be hit by another car driving through Auckland to get to the airport. With the lure of a hapooka outweighing the prospect of a great white turning up, I soon set up for another drift in hope of finding one.
So we're down at, we're back up again. We had a drop and then we thought, oh, as soon as it hits the bottom, you're just straight into cod. You know, but really we don't really want cod. I'd prefer something better like a puka, but you know, you never know out here. So where there's cod, there quite possibly could be puka, but these guys don't muck around, that's for sure. Not as good as that first one I got, but still nice cod. There's some pretty nice looking marks on the sounder down there, so anything's possible here. As soon as you get to the bottom, it pretty much just straight into a blue cod, you know. So we'll just wind up a little bit, and I'd say it won't take very long at all. Here we go. Yep. Oh, this feels a bit like it's got a bit more weight to it. We'll see what comes up. Probably a blue cod, I'd say, another one. Yeah, which is cool. It's good fun catching these guys. This one feels like a seriously good one though, compared to the last one. He's even turning the boat around slightly, which is nice. Here he comes. Oh yeah, good solid blue cod. You'd be bloody happy if you caught a fish like that. Woo-hoo-hoo! Nice sized blue cod, look at that one. That's an awesome cod. He doesn't like it when I go to get hold of him either.
With this fish being so fat, I decided to keep it and cook it up for dinner.
Cod. I mean, have a look at that. That's a ripper of a fish. You know, beautiful. So, you know, I've been into getting these fish up, and I've had at least, you know, the amount of cod I've had. Been awesome straight away. You know, it's straight into a cod, which is really cool. So as soon as you hit the bottom, it doesn't take very long. Here we go again. We're getting some, yes, and we're on again. Man, they're coming up thick and fast, I gotta say. Really thick and fast. So here we go, another cod. This one's quite a bit smaller. It's amazing how many of these guys, there's cod following these guys up too, which is pretty cool. Oh, they've actually taken the bait to the cleaners this time. But I bet you if we just drop that guy down again, we'd actually hook up on that. I'm going to put a fresh bait on because I just love the chance that there may be the target species here, which is a harp hooker. You know, I'd love nothing more than to catch a hooker. That would just be awesome. Absolutely, really cool. So we'll keep trying for that elusive hooker. Hopefully, the skipper said to us, Kevin, he said there's no guarantees. We'll either get one or we won't. You just don't know. You know, you just don't know with these guys. But I'd just love to catch a harp hooker. That would be a real dream for me. Well, we moved to another spot and I'm back in the water again. So there's just been one harp hooker pulled up. So I'm really hoping.
Every soft bait that went down there got scoffed up fairly quickly, but the harp hooker still eluded me with blue cod, the flavour of the day once again. Unfortunately, the harp hooker eluded me out in the middle of Petrie Bay, despite we saw one come up, but that was it. So I jumped back on the boat, and on the way back we had a little bit of an opportunity to have a fish before we headed back into Port Hutt. And you know, we did a couple of drifts over an area that was quite well known for harp hooker or anything else, and I fished with jigs and a 200 gram pink jig, and I ended up scoring myself about a 23 kilo harp hooker, which was awesome, you know. And so I was pretty rapt with that in shallow water, about 20 meters, 25 meters, and it put up an epic battle. It was, you know, and this is what Chatham Island really teaches you, is the harp hooker. You know, I know from talking to locals here in Coromandel where I live that the history tells us that harp hooker used to be up in the shallows quite a bit, but as they got decimated by our fishing pressure, they moved out deeper, and that's why we only find them out deep now. But Chatham Island really shows you what can be still achieved in what we used to have. So that was my trip out, and with the wind getting up and that, we went back, and we also went for a bit of a look around. You know, we needed some meat, so we decided, I went up with Wayne Steer from UFO Cookers, and we had a bit of a look around for some pigs and things. We even laid down a bit of a ground bait where we put a shot of beast, and we took the meat off it, but we left the carcass there, all the guts and everything, as a bait for pigs. Unfortunately, nothing eventuated from it, so that was a bit of bad luck on our behalf. But you know, we got a bit of meat off this bull and ate that, slow cooked it, and again we relaxed in the afternoon, took in the rest of the day, had a couple of cold ones, and just enjoyed being there. Well, here we are on day 3 of our, or day 4 should I say, of our excursion to Chatham Island, and we're just heading out to a spot that's known for producing grouper. We're pretty excited about where we're heading today. It's the prospect of catching harp hooker off the kayak really excites Paul and I, and let's see what happens today. But yep, we've got a beautiful day, sun's up, and we're out in the middle of Port Hutt area ready to head out, so let's go.
What can I do? Every day's the same, remember when we had it all.
Alright, well here we are at the spot, and we're just going to use some jigs today, catch some of these fish. I've caught harp hooker on jigs before. We're going to use this pink should produce the goods. So we'll get it down there, and it's looking promising on the sounder. I've already seen some marks that look like harp hooker. So yeah, I'm pretty hopeful today. You know, we're only in 20-25 meters of water, and this is what New Zealand used to be like way back. We used to have, apparently, oh, just about had a fish already. You know, even these blue cod, oh, getting lots of hits, lots of touches already from the fish, you know. Oh yeah, I'm in already, right? Man, the fishing's just hot immediately. Some of these are blue cod too. There's some pretty big blue cod down. There we go. Ruth. Right, wind into them. Sometimes with these puka, they come in and they suck these jigs in. So what you've got to do is, you've actually got to sort of lift into them a bit, so that you, you know, you got to lift into them a bit and wind so that you set that hook. But yeah, we're already getting hits. You just need to lift this up and down nice and slowly. There's no fast, speedy movements with the harp hooker. It's just nice, slow movements. Just keep the jig working up and down, and yeah, we'll just wait till we drift over a patch of them.